Hey guys, Lord Naren White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God. Back with you with the next video in my Line of God's Daily Diary series. As usual, before I discuss what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Diary video, I want to go ahead and read you a chapter from the Bible. Today I will be continuing with Numbers chapter 6. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When either man or woman shall separate themselves to vow a vow of a Nazarite, to separate themselves unto the Lord, he shall separate himself from wine and strong drink, and shall drink no vinegar of wine, or vinegar of strong drink, neither shall he drink any liquor of grapes, nor eat moist grapes or dried. All the days of his separation shall he eat nothing that is made of the vine tree, from the kernels even to the husk. All the days of the vow of his separation there shall no razor come upon his head until the days be fulfilled, in the which he separateth himself unto the Lord. He shall be holy, and shall let the locks of his hair of his head grow. All the days that separateth himself unto the Lord, he shall come at no dead body. He shall not make himself unclean for his father, or for his mother, or for his brother, or for his sister, when they die, because the consecration of his God is upon his head. All the days of his separation he is holy unto the Lord. And if any man die very suddenly by him, and he hath defiled the head of his consecration, then he shall shave his head in the day of his cleansing. On the 7th day shall he shave it. On the 8th day he shall bring 2 turtles or 2 young pigeons to the priest, to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall offer the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering, and make an atonement for him, for that he sinned by the dead, and shall hallow his head that same day. And he shall consecrate unto the Lord the days of his separation, and shall bring a lamb of the first year for a trespass offering. But the days that were before shall be lost, because his separation was defiled. And this is the law of the Nazarite, when the days of his separation are fulfilled. He shall be brought unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. He shall offer his offering unto the Lord, 1 he-lamb for the first year without blemish for a burnt offering, and 1 ewe-lamb of the first year without blemish for a sin offering, and 1 ram without blemish for peace offerings, and a basket of unleavened bread, cakes of fine flour mingled with oil, and wafers of unleavened bread anointed with oil, and their meat offering and their drink offerings. And the priest shall bring them before the Lord, and shall offer his sin offering and his burnt offering. And he shall offer the ram for a sacrifice of peace offerings unto the Lord. With the basket of unleavened bread, the priest shall offer also his meat offering and his drink offering. And the Nazarite shall shave the head of his separation at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall take the hair of the head of his separation, and put it in the fire, which is under the sacrifice of the peace offerings. And the priest shall take the sodden shoulder of the ram, and 1 unleavened cake out of the basket, and 1 unleavened wafer, and shall put them upon the hands of the Nazarite after the hair of this separation is shaven. And the priest shall wave them for wave offering before the Lord. This is holy for the priest, with the wave breast and heave shoulder, and after that the Nazarite may drink wine. This is the law of the Nazarite who hath vowed, and of his offering unto the Lord for separation, beside that his hand shall get, according to the vow which he vowed, so he must do after the law of his separation. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and unto his children, saying, On this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying that unto them, The Lord bless thee and keep thee. The Lord make his face shine upon thee, and be gracious unto thee. The Lord lift up his countenance upon thee, and give thee peace. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So there's a little bit of research I want to do about this introduction to who Nazarites are. And of course, the most famous Nazarites that I remember in the Bible, and you may have thought of them, yes, Jesus, of course, and Samson as well is a Nazarene, who very famously, when his head is shaved, he loses his strength. Of course, he tells Delilah that the power comes from his hair. You know, the idea that he is a Nazarene. So let's. I just want to understand a little bit more clearly. Yeah, okay, so the idea of the Nazarene separation is that the Nazarenes live a life dedicated to God, and they make a vow that they will stay away from things like wine and strong drink, not cutting their hair on the head, and avoiding contact with dead bodies. So that's the idea. Um, yeah, excuse me. I actually messed this up. That Jesus is not a Nazarite, someone who has taken the Nazarite vow. He's actually a Nazarene, meaning he's from Nazareth. Yeah, so that's actually something I just messed up. Samson is the most famous Nazarite that I know. Not Nazarene, Nazarite. Just to be clear, he's the most famous Nazarite, so make sure I correct myself there. Yeah, so super cool. And I think it's just interesting because, like, so often in the Bible, there are many of these things that God does so that his people can be holy and his people can be, like, separate. And the idea of why are they holy and why are they separate? Because of the fact that they are not to be conformed to the things of this world, but to be transformed by the power of God. And so that's why it's very powerful. In terms of if I have any other analysis, I would say I don't have any other analysis at this time for this chapter. So instead, I will transition over to what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Dive video. Since yesterday's Daily Dive video, I worked my software engineering job and I trained Jiu-Jitsu. And with no further achievements since yesterday's Daily Dive video, I want to go ahead and talk about how I've been doing, which is that things have been going well. I'm continuing to make progress every day and basically, like, just remind myself that, this is going to be a marathon, in terms of, like, well, I wouldn't even call it a marathon. I mean, how can you even quantify, like, the idea of someone living forever? It's not a quantifiable thing. Though the mathematicians, I don't quite know if this is countable infinity or uncountable infinity. I'm not trying to. There's a book on Turing machines. I studied my first year when I was studying my master's courses, and in computer science, and there's, like, a difference between countable infinity and uncountable infinity. So I don't quite know if thinking about an immortal being is countable infinity or uncountable infinity. Yeah, I think it would probably be countable infinity. So there are two ways to describe the size of infinite sets. So a countable infinity is one to one with numbers like 1, 2, 3. An uncountable infinity is an infinite set that cannot be put into such correspondence. So I think it's countable infinity because it's still one person who has 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. It's not like it's like an infinite amount of. I think it's countable infinity, but don't quote me. Anyways, the reason I say that is because I'm just reminding myself to have a long term perspective in terms of think about, decades from now, centuries from now, and think, like, even in the short term, yes, I might not have some of the goals that I want, like I might not have a family today, etc. You know, and that I am working today to pave the foundations for the future, and that there's no shame in measuring before I build. So that's the idea there. So with that, I want to go ahead and end the Bible video there for today. And I want to go ahead and say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe as it greatly helps the channel. Light be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.